Indianapolis police chief is fed up, and he's not blaming the system, he's blaming the parents. He says they're not doing their jobs and the kids are paying the price. So, is he speaking the hard truth or is he just passing the buck? This is the Raising Carter podcast, and I am your host, Ramon Weatherall. And on the Raising Carter podcast, we like to focus on three things: financial literacy, relationships, and manhood. And this episode right here is a critical and an important episode because a lot of times we love to say when the police aren't doing their jobs, when the police is a wrongful shooting or they're treating somebody with prejudice due to racism. And sometimes it's true, but you also have to be grown up and real with yourself and admit when they are saying something that is right. And it is not the police's job to babysit and to monitor your children. In Indianapolis, there was a shooting, a mass shooting, and 2 people were killed and 6 people, I believe, were injured in downtown Indianapolis after the fireworks. Right here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, they canceled the 4th of July fireworks. We had them for years. And the excuse that they used was that it was too costly to pay for basically policing. But the reason why it was too costly is because of stuff like this, because of stuff like what happened in Indianapolis. Foolishness, fights, all kind of altercations and ridiculous stuff going on when people want to go out and take their kids to see the fireworks. You got other people that got other things in mind. So I'm going to play the video of the police chief Chris Bailey in Indianapolis. And let's see if what he's saying is him just passing the buck or is he speaking the truth. So let's roll the tape.
Chris Bailey, Chief of Police for the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department. I'll just add on a little bit to what she said about our thoughts and prayers for the victims here tonight, their families, and the long road ahead for all of them as we try to uncover exactly what and why this all happened tonight. This kind of violence, whether downtown or any of our neighborhoods, is completely unacceptable and unnecessary. Unnecessary. Thousands of people came downtown tonight, enjoyed the fireworks, and went home. Thousands more chose to come down here and all night cause trouble. I was down here until about 12:30 tonight. I worked with my officers, took the runs with them, dealt with the disturbances, dealt with the utter disrespect for our city, for our laws, and for law enforcement. Hundreds of unsupervised kids down here. I don't know how many times I have to say it. We are not your children's keepers. You are. And parents and guardians have got to step up. A kid is dead tonight. And we just don't know the age of the young man down the street, still here, dead. He looks young. It's unacceptable. The police department all night long went from place to place to place, trying to prevent these kind of things. And I gotta be honest, I'm tired of it. You should be tired of it. This is not our job to do this. It is unnecessary. You don't have to act like this. Our officers, half a block away from when before this shooting started, dealing with another group of individuals fighting. We made almost probably.
When he says you don't have to act like this, I wonder who he's talking about. And when he says you don't have to act like this, I wonder who people think he's talking about. I wonder who was the majority of these hundreds of kids down here, downtown Indianapolis. What did they look like? And it don't even matter what they look like. I'm gonna tell you what people assume they look like. They don't look like him. And that's the bad part about it. That's one of the bad parts about it, because you know what? He ain't saying nothing wrong. He's not saying nothing wrong. He's not saying anything wrong. And guess what? I ain't saying nothing wrong either. Why are your children downtown with no intentions of coming down there to watch the fireworks, no intentions of doing anything productive? They down there acting a fool, and two people end up getting killed. I'm gonna say it, and we're gonna get back to the video. We cannot expect people to think anything any differently about us when we conduct ourselves and we do stupid shit like this. You want people to think about you in a different way. You want people to respect you for being honorable, respectful people. Well, how can you do that how can they do that? And why should they do that when you do stuff like this? The truth is there probably were other races down there, but you know what? When people hear this, the first thing they think, it was a bunch of little YNs down there causing problems. You said it, and you might be black.
We're still tallying them. About 20 arrests tonight. Recovered guns that I know of before this happened from two kids. One of them was an assault rifle stuffed in the front of his pants. I'm not sure anymore what it's going to take for some in our community to wake up. I've said it. This is where the kids are. This is where they are on Friday and Saturday nights. If you want to engage them, if you want to help them, you want to prevent some of this violence, this is where they are. Here, they're here. Come down. I invite all of those who think that I'm exaggerating this or that I'm saying just because it's downtown. No, nowhere else in the city is this concentration of people in one small area, less than a half a mile. Come down and see for yourself. You don't have to take my word for it. You can see them being dropped off by their parents, 5 or 6 at a time out of the car. You can see them jump out of Ubers and Lyfts. And you can see them jumping off the buses that they ride down, that they miss and then linger around downtown. Heck, look to your left. You're still going to see some people that probably shouldn't be out here right now lingering. Not going to bars, not going to restaurants, didn't come down here to see the fireworks, shooting fireworks off at our community from the top of parking garages. Unnecessary. Any questions?
Is it going to take other city departments to step up?
No, see, we keep going back to what's the government going to do? What's the city going to do? The city's invested in this. Millions of dollars the city, taxpayers, pay for police overtime to staff this 1 square mile area with, there was a couple hundred cops down here between state police and Capitol Police and IMPD. And
It's not the police's job to to it's not the police's job to make people act right. It's the police's job supposedly to keep people safe. He just said it. It's not their job. It's not their job to make your children act right. That's not their job. Their job is to keep people safe. Their job is to arrest people and wrongdoers and put them in jail. He just said they arrested 20 people down there. That's their job. Their job isn't to solve the problems, why kids are coming down there, why young people are coming down there acting an ass. No. What they will do is take your ass to jail. That's what they will do. That's what they're gonna do. That's what they're gonna do. That's all they're gonna do. They're not doing anything else to help.
Other police department agencies, yes, we're going to keep doing our job. The city of Indianapolis government, the police department is going to continue to do our job. We're not going to solve this. Not just by the police. We made 20 arrests tonight.
Bailey, you're a dad.
Yeah.
What would you say to those parents out there?
I don't understand it. I know where my kids are at all time. So maybe that's maybe I shouldn't be that way. 16-year-old daughter. I cannot imagine letting her roam around down here tonight like she was, like kids were. Unattended, unsupervised, nothing to do. Some of these individuals that were shot could have been very well not engaged in any kind of disturbance whatsoever. But it just caught up in a crossfire. Merely down here, enjoying ice cream, or maybe they were down here for the fireworks, or wanted to see what's going on in the circle and got caught up in whatever's happening. But look, nothing good happens after midnight. Some of these kids should not have been out here. Period. They missed the bus going back. With some of the stories that we heard, one of our officers prevented two young girls from getting into a stranger's car because they missed the bus to go back home. Wait, you have no ability to call your parents? Your parents wouldn't come pick you up if you missed the bus? There is a problem. There is a problem. It's not going to be solved by the police. It's our job to try to keep people safe, and they did it tonight. I watched it with my own eyes. I helped do some of it. They did all the work. They ran toward the gunfire down here as they were working another fight. They're all in. They're all in. So when I hear people say, oh, we're just worried about minor things in downtown Indianapolis. No, minor things turn into big things. The amount of guns that I saw tonight on people roaming around here with nothing else to do. We can't do anything about it. Like, unless you're a kid, there's nothing, unless you're doing something with the gun or doing something illegal, we can't go up and ask you what you're doing with the gun. That turns into bad things, especially when there's fights or when there's alcohol or there's weed induced.
So can you confirm it was one juvenile and then one adult was dead?
We know for sure that there is one dead kid. The other one, dead individual, we're still. There's been nothing that occurred to make any kind of positive ID on that. I guarantee you, we're gonna share everything over the next day or so. All the arrests, what they were for. We're gonna give you pictures of the guns that we took from these kids, and we'll share more details about what happened here. And this could have very well happened in any neighborhood, but this is where the kids were. And I've told you this is where the kids were. This is where the kids are. I've told everyone this.
Message tonight to the ones who come downtown, because unfortunately this is the second weekend we've had mass situations here downtown with kids. Message to these kids of...
This is the second weekend. This has been going on for years. Except now, a lot of these, I want to use my words carefully, a lot of these kids have guns. And we know some of the indicators, right? Backpacks on backwards. Some of them are wearing masks and other things where they can easily disguise themselves because there's cameras everywhere. They did it right under a camera. tonight. We made those arrests in the Canal shooting and the one at 30 South Meridian Street. Technology helped us do that. We're going to use technology again. We're going to find out who did it, and we're going to hold them accountable. And if I can convince the prosecutor to hold parents accountable, I'm going to do that too. I don't know that I can, because there's a set of rules, and why I may see the rules differently than the prosecutor, because the prosecutor has to prosecute them. But I'm going to seek some kind of accountability to parents. There has to be more than just what are the police doing.
You hear that? You hear that? That's what I wanted you to hear. That's what I wanted you to hear if you're a parent. That he said that he's going to do what he can to make sure that parents are being held accountable for whatever actions your child does. So whatever crime your child gets convicted of or charged with, he's going to try to make sure that you get a piece of that. And that's what needs to happen. That's what needs to happen. You got parents just dropping their kids off downtown because why? You need a break. You're overwhelmed. You need some time free so you can do some of the stupid shit that you want to do. So you think just sending your kids downtown and just dropping them off so they can be with a bunch of other knuckleheads. I think that's what he was going to say. I hope that's what he was going to say. And just let them run around downtown where you got families and people wanting to go to restaurant and events, and you got kids shooting fireworks off of buildings at people, all kind of crazy stupid shit. Two girls trying to get in a car with a stranger, instead of calling their parents, the police got to stop them from getting in the car. It is not the police's job to monitor and to babysit and to play, I don't know, school security guard, school security guard, or some type of bullshit to your kids. No, what's gonna happen is what happened. When you get a bunch of young people together, something stupid's gonna happen. Something stupid's gonna happen. It happened when I was young. It happened when it's gonna happen. You got boys trying to show out for girls. You got dudes. You got different crews and different gangs. They got beefs. Anything can happen. You got kids. He said you got kids with assault rifles. 5 things that I got from this video. Number one, he's placing direct accountability on the parents where it's supposed to be. These are your children. These aren't his children. He said, I know where my 16-year-old daughter is. Do you know where yours is? And he's placing it in the right place. They are not your children's keepers. They're in place to make sure people are safe. And if your child is doing something that is making other people unsafe, they will be arrested. Another thing that I picked that I got from his statement, he's expressing frustration. Police Chief Bailey conveyed his exasperation, his frustration, his just being tired of this situation. He said this has been happening for years. These children are coming downtown doing things that aren't productive, hanging out, being unsupervised, causing disturbances. And this is not the police's job. They have other things that they should be more focused on than being keepers to young people who are in areas they shouldn't be. At times they shouldn't be. 12 o'clock midnight, you 16, 17-year-olds, you hanging out downtown, you have no reason to be down there. He critiques and he critiques the parental supervision. The police chief criticizes the presence of hundreds of unsupervised children in a neighborhood after dark, questioning the awareness and the responsibility of their parents. Where are you? What the hell are you doing? And these are hundreds of kids, they're saying. These are hundreds. So these are hundreds of parents who have no idea or who know that their children are going downtown when they shouldn't be, doing things in an area they shouldn't be doing it in, and they're just letting them do it anyway. And the last thing that I've noticed that I picked up just from his part of the press conference, the reiteration of responsibility. He emphasizes the point of parental duties by parents by saying, we are not your children's keepers. That's kind of, we are not their keepers. You are. Parents and guardians have to step up. You've got hundreds of kids running around downtown doing God knows what. They're in place to protect homeowners and business owners. Your children are running around downtown where people are trying to conduct business or where people have businesses that they want to protect. They do not want your bad ass kids down there killing each other. It's amazing to me that you can have hundreds of kids coming downtown and parents doing nothing about it, not knowing where they are, or better yet, not giving a fuck where they are. Because that's what it really is. You know where the ass is at. You don't give a fuck. And that's a damn shame. So, do I think what he said was wrong? Hell no. Hell no, it ain't wrong. He was 100% right. And if your kid is down there doing something he or she shouldn't do, I hope their ass go to jail. I hope they go to jail, and I hope you get a piece of it, because you know what they doing down there. You know what they doing down there. They don't got no business down there. And for you to not, for any parent to not care or to go on about their own business, just want to get them out the house so you don't have to be bothered with them, you ain't worth a damn anyway. You ain't worth a damn anyway. So you whatever you have coming to you, you deserve. I said it. I said it. You don't like it? I don't give a damn. And that is this episode of the Raising Carter podcast, saying that Chief Chris Bailey is 100% right. The police are not your children's keepers. They are here to serve and protect, not to keep and watch after badass kids, teenagers. No. What's going to happen is they're going to get arrested just like the 20 kids they arrested that night. Or even worse, like the young people that end up losing their life. Is that what you want? If that's not what you want, step your game up, step up and be the parent that you are. If you have kids, if you have children, if you have young adults, teenagers that are your child, that are your children, you are a parent. Be one. And if you like this video, check out this video right here. And if you're listening to this on Apple, Spotify, wherever else you're listening to, just click on the next episode. Peace.